Okay, so let's talk about Table 2. Table 2, there's a lot of information that you need to get for Table 2. As you can see, you're going to give me your scores for each of your attempts for your argument clarification. If you did not do one, of course, you're going to put a 0. And if you did not do one of these assignments, then you'll say does not apply. So NA right here. But otherwise, you do need to go and find your score and my feedback. So just to make sure that we are on the same page, I know you know how to find your score, but just to make sure, because I've had people tell me they don't see my feedback or they can't find it, I want to show you the different ways that you can get it. So let me go back. All right. So you would, of course, go to the gradebook, grades and feedback. You look for the first graded item. So, of course, like I said, one thing you can do is look for it where it says argument, markup, and formatting. Make sure you get the correct score. So week 6, task 3. Oh, actually, I need to get into student mode. So give me a second to do that. Okay, I'm in student mode now, so let me go back to that. Week 6, task 2B to make sure we're all on the same page. So, of course, you know what your score is. You would go there, right? If I have given you feedback, then you often see a bubble like this, right? So here, so actually it's week 6, task 1B. This is the notes for something else. So this is the first argument that you have to, argument, markup, and reformat that you had to do. So you give me the score for it. So here's the score right here. And then I also want the feedback. So one way to get feedback is to click on that, and then you should see a lot of stuff in here. And so basically you're going to copy it, right, and paste it into the table. If it doesn't look like, if you don't see an icon bubble, I still might have given you feedback. What you'll have to do is click on the assignment name. So I just clicked on it there. And you should be able to see, if I provided you feedback, you should be able to see it somewhere here. I don't see it. Okay, so I guess for this one, the only feedback, sometimes I put feedback here, and sometimes it will show up here, and sometimes it won't. So let's see what happens when I click on OK. Okay, so maybe the only place to see feedback then is to see it with a bubble. But look and see at all the different places that you might find it. So here you can definitely see that I've got feedback for you. And here it looks like, for one reason or another, you don't see it right here. But make sure you check both places. Some of you might have feedback in virtue of clicking on the title for the assignment. You might see it right here. Week 6, task 1B. Some of you might see it clicking here. So always, when you're looking for my feedback, check it in 2 places. First, check to see if there's an icon, a bubble here. Click on that if you see it. Get the comments, my feedback. If you don't see a bubble here, then try clicking on here and then seeing if I have something for you right here. All right, so that's how you do that. Let's go back to the week 16 folder. Give me a second here. All right, so a lot of the times when I would give you feedback for your argument markup, I would give you, I would have it listed out. I would say bonus points, markup, reformat uniform language. So post the responses immediately below right here. So don't just start with posting whatever I said right here. If you could post it right here, it'll make the formatting look better. You should try to make the formatting look nice as possible. I know sometimes it can be tricky with formatting and whatever text editor you're working with, but do your best. One thing I would really like for you to try to make possible is for this stuff to not be in bold, not any of it. So, of course, you would post the professor feedback there. And then, similar to that, you are going to be posting scores for your bundle wrappers and your responses. So here, I do not want the feedback that I gave you for your discussion pieces or the wrapper itself. When I say response, you can see that I'm pointing to specific items in a given wrapper. I want what you wrote in response or what you said in response to something. So here, I want the score for an argument analysis and your markup and reformat, and then my feedback, professor feedback. When I say response here in a wrapper, I want something that you said or an answer that you gave or something that you wrote. So the wrapper item scores. So notice that I didn't say bundle wrapper score. So I don't want your whole score for a wrapper. I want you to go into each wrapper and pull out specific scores. I don't think I had you do a wrapper for week 15, so that does not apply. So you're just going into 2 wrappers. I want the item score and the response that you gave. Now I'm very picky about how you give me your response to multiple choice items, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So I'm still in student mode. I'm going to grades and feedback. I'm going to pull up that wrapper. So there's a bundle wrapper. Is that it? Week 6, task 4. Yep, there's a markup, and of course I have that in there. So week 6, that's the bundle wrapper that went with all the tasks that you submitted for week 6. But I don't want all of the answers for that. So click on that. All I did was click on the name for the assignment. Then you have to click on the grade. So I'm clicking on the grade. And then you get only the results that I wanted you to get. So you're going to get, in the assignment for this table, I say, what was your answer for question 1? So for question 1, you should have selected, let's see, hold on. Recall all that you did, Step 2, answer the question below about how long did it take you. So I think I didn't do this assignment, so I don't have an answer. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I've got to make it possible for you to see your answers. Hold on. Okay, and I'm definitely going to go and check and make sure you can access the other bundle wrappers. I just changed the setting. So now in the item for the task that we're talking about, or the portion of the task that we're talking about, ignore this part. I shouldn't have had step 2. So what I did was I presented the outline to you for something that you were supposed to do to complete the markup and reformat. And so I was like, recall all that you had done for this. So these are all the things you should have done to do the first argument markup and reformat. And then I was asking you, how much time do you think you spent all of this? So you're supposed to select an answer. So then all you'll do is, you can copy and paste this right here. Just copy and paste it and put it into the table. And then tell me what the score is. So it's here you can see 20 out of 20 points. Now, if you got 100 on everything, sometimes as a shortcut, I won't input the scores for each item. But let's say you got 100 for the bundle 6 wrapper, then you know that even if I didn't put the 20 points in here, if you've got 100 for the wrapper, then that means you got full credit for everything in the wrapper, which would mean you got full credit for question 1 in this case. Okay, so then I asked you to also give me your response to, I didn't ask for your response to questions 4 and 3 in that table 2. I only asked you for your response to question 1 and 2. Do not copy and paste the prompt, the questions, all that stuff. I don't want all of that. I want just the answer. So here's the answer for this. Now, same thing for question 2. I don't want you to copy and paste everything. And actually, okay, so no, I didn't want your answer. Reflect on, okay, what letter grade do you predict? Okay, yes, so I want your answer to this item here. I don't want your answer for questions 3 and 4, but I do want your answer for question 2. Again, it might help you to reread this because you'll need this information later. You might have to come back to this, but all I want is your response. So here's the selected answer. So then you're going to highlight. This is a pretend you have a paragraph here, so you copy that. As for your score, if you don't see your score here, but again, you got 100 on the wrapper, then that means you got full credit for this. So just your score is 40. So even if you don't see anything here, you don't see click on view rubric, then that means that you got 100 points for that. So if you don't see any score here at all, that means you got 100. You got all of the points. So all of the points for question 2 is 40 points. So you would just put down 40, even if you don't see any points here. That's what that is. If you do see a score like 36 or 37, that means that there were deductions for your discussion, and so I use the rubric to know what those are. Okay, so do I want to say anything else about this? Nope. I'm just showing you how to go and get the stuff that's needed for the table that we're talking about. So let's go back to the table. Okay, so now you know you need to be very careful pay attention to which wrapper item I want. So week 6, item 1 score, week 6, item 1 response, week 6, item 2 score, week 6. So basically you do the same thing for the week 8 bundle as you go in there and pull that information out. And then you have all of this data all together where you present the data, you gather it, and then I'm able to look at it and as I see what you do with it in terms of discussing the information, it's all in one place. I created this nice table for you. I told you exactly where to go, what to get. Instead of making you figure it out for yourself, I just need you to plug in the information accordingly. Notice that I might say in some video that there are no points dedicated to the tables, that you just get deductions. But since I've decided to make the last topic, since I decided to make this one extra credit, I had to redistribute what was going to be 40 points for topic 5. And so, now like with the other table, I've decided the table does have its own points. So just for going and gathering the correct information, you can do that. Oh, by the way, if you did not, like with this over here, if you didn't do an item for a wrapper, then you just need to put a 0 for that, and then you just put NA.